Hello everyone, this is Cephalon and welcome to my Warframe video. Before we get started, if you enjoy Warframe build guides like this one, consider leaving a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out and you'll never miss future guides. Today we're taking a look at the Dual Viciss, the signature dual sickles used by the Skaldra Flayers. They already come with innate gas damage, making them a perfect candidate for a melee influence setup. But what really makes them stand out is their unique passive. Every time you inflict a gas status effect, you gain bonus movement speed and attack speed, with the buff stacking up to 5 times. Once it gets going, the weapon feels incredibly fast and fluid, letting you zip between enemies while cutting through entire groups. This build takes full advantage of that playstyle by spreading status effects everywhere with melee influence, turning every pack of enemies into a chain reaction of explosions and damage. This is the build I've been using throughout this video. Feel free to pause and screenshot it now if you want to copy it later. With that out of the way, let's break down the reasoning behind each mod slot. The star of this build is Melee Influence. Whenever you inflict an electricity status effect, you have a chance to spread every elemental status currently affecting your target to all enemies within 20 meters. Since the Dual Viciss already deals innate gas damage and we're adding electricity through our build, every melee influence proc can spread both gas and electricity across entire groups of enemies. This massively increases both your damage and your crowd clearing potential, making it the perfect arcane for this weapon. For the stance, I personally use Crossing Snakes because its moveset constantly pushes you forward, making it much easier to reach the next group of enemies without stopping your momentum. If you prefer Swirling Tiger, that's perfectly fine as well. It attacks more around your Warframe, so it really comes down to whichever moveset feels better to you. Now that we've covered the core of the build, let's look at the mods that make it work. We'll start with Condition Overload, one of the biggest damage multipliers available for melee weapons. It grants 80% additional damage for every status effect affecting an enemy, and unlike Galvanized Shot, it isn't limited by unique elemental statuses. Even with the weapon's innate impact, Puncture and Slash alone, you're already getting a 240% damage increase before adding gas, electricity, or anything else. To make sure we're applying those status effects as often as possible, we're running Weeping Wounds, reaching an incredible 440% additional status chance at a 12 times combo multiplier. That allows us to consistently spread gas and electricity across entire groups through melee influence. Since we're already building combo, Blood Rush naturally comes next, giving another 440% critical chance at a 12 times combo multiplier. Combined with Galvanized Steel, we reach a total of 550% increased critical chance while also gaining an additional 120% critical damage, making every crit hit significantly harder. To keep the weapon feeling as smooth as possible, we're also using Prime Fury for additional attack speed. Even though the Dual Viciss already gains attack speed from its passive, stacking even more makes the weapon feel incredibly fluid while helping us apply status effects even faster. Another mod I consider almost mandatory is Primed Reach. Melee weapons live and die by their range, and the extra 3 meters dramatically increases the number of enemies you can hit. More enemies hit means more status effects spread through melee influence, which translates directly into more damage. Speaking of melee influence, we need a reliable way to trigger it. And that's where Voltaic Strike comes in. It adds electricity damage while also increasing our status chance, ensuring we're constantly activating the Arcane during combat. Finally, we're using Galvanized Elementalist, giving us another 120% status chance, together with an 80% increase to status damage. It's an incredibly strong multiplier for a build like this. And if you can get attack speed or electricity from another source, this is definitely a mod you'll want to keep equipped. For the Exilus slot, I recommend Discipline's Merit. It consistently grants Tenekai every 4 hits, giving you frequent opportunities to perform free heavy attacks without interrupting your combo. It's not mandatory, but having access to powerful heavy attacks on demand is a nice bonus, especially against tougher enemies like the Stalker or other high priority targets. Outside of the main build, there are a couple of easy adjustments depending on the rest of your loadout. If you're already getting electricity from an external source, like Volt's Shock Trooper, you can safely replace Voltaic Strike. If you're looking for even more raw damage, Primed Pressure Point is a great replacement. If you'd rather lean further into critical hits, Gladiator Might is another excellent option, increasing both your critical damage and your overall critical chance through the Gladiator set bonus. For Rivens, the ideal stats are electricity damage, status chance, and critical damage. If your Riven already provides electricity, simply replace Voltaic Strike. Overall, I've been having a lot of fun with the Dual Viciss. The combination of innate gas, melee influence, and the weapon's unique passive that grants both movement speed and attack speed makes it feel incredibly satisfying to use. It's one of my personal comfort melee weapons because it flows so naturally from one group of enemies to the next. And once the buffs are stacked, it almost feels like you're flying through the mission. If you haven't given this weapon a chance yet, I definitely recommend trying it. Thank you for watching. Remember to leave a like if you found this video helpful, and subscribe for more Warframe guides. See you in the next one. Tenno.